In today's video, we're returning to the Costco. This is our third time at this destination, with the first one only a couple of weeks ago. It's a little tight through here, but the speed limit at 15 miles per hour is solid. It chose not to take traffic circle this time, which is the first time it's done that. I don't know if that's a function of new mapping data or the new version of FSD or some combination of that. Maybe it's just a random decision, since most of the time it goes around the circle, although it goes the wrong way. This is a very complicated intersection because there's a single one lane on the other side of 3rd Avenue. The inner part, the lane closest to us, is a two-way bike lane. So stopping here and figuring out there's nothing coming in any direction is good, because it's also a really tight turn onto 3rd Avenue. It was a little easier today since there weren't any cars directly across from this intersection. Most people drive pretty slowly through here due to how narrow the roadway is. No one can believe it was designed this way, but parking is in high demand in this area. I would have driven just a touch more slowly, but this was fine. A little too much hesitation and steering wheel jiggle. Coming out of the turn, it overshoots the lane and ends up crossing the bike lane barriers. Fortunately, there weren't any physical barriers to run into this time. It does recover quickly and gets into the right lane and stays where it should when it turns onto West Portland Street. I love this drive down Portland Street with the palm trees on both sides. The system does a good job navigating through this narrow street and making room for cars parked along the curb. As much as I like the drive, I don't know why the system navigates this way. There's a controlled intersection just a block to our left. Instead, it comes down this route where there's a lot of traffic and a wall to our left blocking our view. However, it's done this a number of times without even one close call. You can see on the display it shows a good view of the cars coming on our left, although there is some hesitation and inability to discern which lane oncoming cars are in. It also took the turn too wide coming onto 7th Avenue. The roads are a little crowded this morning, so there's a lot of traffic, and we didn't get our annoying little hesitation at the entrance to the I-10. For this version of FSD, it just doesn't seem to get out of the right lane soon enough. It eventually does, and I'm not sure why it takes so long. And then when it finally does, it goes right back into the right-hand lane where traffic is slowest. This is where I think a lot of folks conflate annoyance that the system doesn't drive the way they would and bad driving. If I was reading a book instead of driving, I couldn't care less which lane we were in or how long the drive takes. I really dislike that it goes this way when there's a major road a quarter of a mile farther up that takes us directly to the main entrances. I'm looking for more customization on navigation in the future. But given Tesla's stance on autonomous driving and that they know better and should decide, I won't be holding my breath. It was doing so well at the beginning of the street. It navigated around the other cars, it slowed down appropriately for the first speed bump. But around the school, it doesn't slow down to 15 miles per hour, and it completely ignored the speed bump. And just to be clear, it only slows down here because of the curves in the road and not because of the speed limit signs. But it does see the pedestrian and slows down appropriately for them. And just ignores the third speed bump. The system did a nice job waiting an appropriate amount of time before moving ahead of those cars across the street, and very little steering wheel jiggle. Surprising. Navigating to the back entrance is always a pet peeve of mine. Again, the front entrance is like a half a block up, but I don't know if that's the navigation software or FSD. And as we enter the parking lot to Costco, we are just too far over to the left and in the wrong lane. It does provide good distance to the guys working up ahead on the right, though it might have just anticipated that. And that's another hands-free road test using Tesla's full self-driving technology version 12.5.2.1. Given there wasn't much change in the version numbers from the previous test, it's not surprising the scores aren't dramatically different. Part of the difference is the route the car took to get here, which didn't include the intersection at Roosevelt and 7th Avenue, where it would have normally run the no turn on red and chalked up another violation. It's really hard to control for that, but in general, not a bad drive. No interventions and no really scary moments. This is our third trip to Costco, and the good news is it appears the new version didn't break anything. It also didn't appear to me to have improved anything, which is unfortunate. Funny, I feel like there are so many little things like not letting you pick a handicap space that would really benefit from all this automation and technology. As always, feedback is great, so anything constructive will be appreciated. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a pleasant week and be sure to have fun while you're driving.